And our reading from the Word today, we're delving into the story of Jacob. Who was Jacob? Well, we go back to the men that were called the patriarchs: Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So Jacob was the third in this succession of people who the Lord used to establish his church in the world. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So today we're reading about Jacob and something that happened to him while he was asleep. Now, what's the usual time we go to sleep? Is it the daytime or is it the nighttime? Very good, the nighttime. And when it's time to go to bed, do we do that standing up or lying down? Yes, usually we're lying down. That's certainly the best way to do it. And normally when we lie down, we set our head down upon a pillow. Excellent. A pillow. So the pillow that you have, is it hard or is it soft? Soft. That's what we're accustomed to, is a pillow that is soft. Do you think Jacob used a soft pillow or perhaps something else? It was perhaps something else. So that's right. That's right. It's a rock. Excellent. So we turn to the book of Genesis, chapter 28, and we begin reading at verse 10. Now, Jacob went out from Beersheba and went toward Haran. So he came to a certain place and stayed there all night because the sun had set. Now, in modern times when we're traveling and we get tired, perhaps we'll go to a campground and set up a tent. Or maybe we'll stop at a hotel and stay the night. Well, what did Jacob do? This is what he did. Where he found himself, he took one of the stones of that place and put it at his head. He lay down in that place to sleep. So he found a stone. Perhaps he looked for one that was just the right size and shape so that he could put his head down, be comfortable enough to fall asleep. And he slept. Then he dreamed, and behold, does anyone know what he sees? What does he see in his dream? Yes? Excellent. He sees a staircase, a great ladder. Yes? And he sees God. He sees the Lord. The Lord speaks to him on this very night in his dream. So he dreamed, and behold, a ladder was set up on the earth, and its top reached to heaven. And there the angels of God were ascending and descending. Ascending, that's the going up, and descending, that's the coming down. What an interesting story. He's using a stone for his head. Do you know in the Lord's Word, stones and rocks have a very important meaning? For example, one of the Lord's very own disciples was named for a rock. Which disciple was that? Peter. That's right, Peter. Peter's name means rock. And one time Peter said something that was very smart and very wise. He declared to the Lord that you are the Christ, the Messiah. Peter recognized that there was something special about Jesus. He was the Christ, the Messiah, the Son of the living God. And then the Lord said, "You are Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church." The Lord will build his church on that acknowledgement, that faith. But the Lord is not just a great man, but he is the Messiah, the promised one, the Christ, the Son of the living God. So when Jacob puts his head on a rock, it's not just because it happened to be the most handy thing available. It's because when we read the Lord's word, even in the secret parts of our mind, we are connecting with the Lord himself. Because sometimes the Lord, especially in the Psalms, is called a rock. The Lord is a rock. Well, is the Lord a rock, or is he our living God? He is a living God, but he's like a rock in that he is solid. We can build our lives upon him, his truth, his way, his word. And then there's the part of seeing the angels ascending and descending. You know what that's telling us? That's telling us that each one of us is surrounded by angels. Look around the room. Look at the angels that are here in this very room. But not just the ones here, the ones that we cannot see with our eyes, the ones that are in the spiritual world. There are angels of heaven who are with each one of us. So that's one of the important lessons of our story of Jacob, who slept and had this amazing dream. Amen.